Dick Cheney's a fine fella, but he is not entitled to rewrite history without it being challenged. I don't know where he has been. Where was he the last 4 years, the last administration? First of all, I actually like Dick Cheney for real. I get on with him. I think he's a decent man. I consider it a privilege, Dick, to know you, to have known you, have watched you work. I just wish the hell I could have changed your mind on half a dozen things. But all kidding aside, you have been a great asset to this country, and the way you have personally conducted yourself is a model for anyone in high public office in this country. Thank you.
I'll vote for this because we should support compelling Iraq to make good on its obligations to the United Nations. President Bush did not lash out precipitously at Iraq after 9/11. At each pivotal moment, he has chosen a course of moderation and deliberation, and I believe he will continue to do so.
It's a presumptuous thing for me to say, but I personally like you. I think you're a heck of an honorable guy. I think you're someone I can work with, and you've demonstrated that.
The Secretary of Defense is a good man, but mistaken in his judgment about Iraq.
And to think that I would be one day on the floor of the United States Senate being paid such accolades by such a man of character and courage as John Stennis was beyond any expectation that I ever had in my wildest dreams. And I mean that sincerely.
We have laws in the last several years where we don't allow judges discretion to sentence people. Flat time sentencing. You get caught, you go to jail. We've gone from there all the way up to saying, under the leadership of Senator Thurmond, and I'd like to suggest that I take some small credit for it myself as well.
A true story. I'll never forget going down with Strom Thurmond after we agreed on a crime bill, the Thurmond-Biden crime bill back in the mid-'80s. And Ed Meese did not like it particularly well, but Strom indicated and I indicated that we would hold off the liberals on my case and the conservatives in his case, and we'd stick with that bill. Strom Thurmond is in every respect a son of the South. And as it was said of Robert E. Lee, Strom is an opponent without hate, a friend without treachery, a statesman without pretense, a soldier without cruelty, and a neighbor without hypocrisy. That's been the story of my relationship with Strom. We're occasionally referred to as the odd couple. Little did anyone think, including me, that when I had an opportunity to be a ranking member with Strom, that I would grow to have such genuine and deep affection for him. James Pyle Smith described General Stonewall Jackson, the great Confederate general, when he said, and it could easily be a description of Strom Thurmond, he was an avalanche from an unexpected quarter, a thunderbolt from the sky, and yet he was in character and will more like a stone wall than any man that I have ever met. That seems to me to sum up Strom Thurmond. He is like a thunderbolt from the sky. He is a man who lives by his principles and a man who has gotten all of us to understand what they are. And I know of no man with whom I've served or a woman who has as star-studded a past and as promising a future and looks to the future all the time as you do. It's an honor to be asked to be here, Strom.
James Strom Thurmond.
Senator Joseph Biden.
Fritz, he was one complex guy. For what else would explain that he asked, I'm told by Nancy, a guy named Biden from the state of Delaware, to be one of his eulogists? I'll never figure him out. And Strom, I won't forgive you. Lindsay, I always thought I was in control, but I knew down deep I wasn't. And I think this is his last laugh. For what else could explain a Northeast liberal's presence here as the only outsider speaking today?
I love Bernie, but I'm not Bernie Sanders. I don't think 500 billionaires are the reason why we're in trouble. I hope my grandkids grow up to don't listen to their parents who all decided to do something run the World Food Program, another one be Attorney General, another one run a social organization for at-risk youth. You know, they got all this education, and I should have had a Republican kid. So when they put me in a home, I'd have a window with a view. You know what I mean? But now there's going to be no view. But all kidding aside, we have not seen this huge concentration of wealth. And the folks at the top aren't bad guys. I get in trouble in my party when I say wealthy Americans are just as patriotic as poor folks. I found no distinction. I really haven't.